This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care. I might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
Hey people, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're coming across my channel for the very first time, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and I hope we are all fine. The video you have just watched introduces us in our today's conversation. It's so sad that people think in this manner. How can a woman think of unaliving their own child? I now applaud the USA government for not allowing abortion. These are the kind of women that are going on a strike on 24th June just to protest about such. The fact that she does not want to have a son is so worrying. Please, girl, the best she can do is seek counseling. So her video received a lot of stitches from different people. I'll just play the stitches I got. Then at the end of the video, I will leave my own comment. Please don't go away.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender.
Here we go.
Because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care. I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
Do you know how chronically online you have to be to have a take like this? People that literally walk past, drive past, and interact with hundreds of men on a daily will jump through enormous hoops to try to turn all men into some dangerous monolith. By your framework, you believe that a man's life is not worth the salt on the ground because of potentiality. What's next? You might as well say that we should get rid of all the boys and the men that are already here, you know what I mean? Because it's never too late to keep those animals from walking around. People like this love to pretend as if their argument is based on probability, when in reality, if it actually was, they would keep this same energy with women as a whole, or they just wouldn't make these nonsensical claims in the first place. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Imagine using the crime statistics to make the same exact argument for something like race. You literally have to completely ignore the majority of men, including the innovators, the role models, the protectors, the providers, the heroes, the fathers, the sons, and the innocents in order to rationalize these kinds of takes. People like this will continue to push the gender war, and then when you call them out on it, they'll say, well, I didn't make myself this way, and then they'll blame men and capitalism somehow, as if they don't have agency over their own actions. You have to go outside. Stop attempting to rationalize generalized hate, especially if you don't keep that same energy outside, especially if you don't keep that same energy to these people's faces, and especially if you don't keep that same energy with literally any other group.
I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care.
Turning it to the sender. Who, God? Like, are you gonna abort it? It was 1 million abortions in 2023. You can't tell me that at least half of those were boys. This is funny, but then again, it's not. You need to go heal. Go do something. The fact that you don't want to give birth to a boy, it's blowing my mind. Oh, I don't want to raise a potential abuser. Like it's just in a man's nature to be abusive. It's all about who raised them. If you're not a bad person, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. If the person you have kids with isn't a bad person, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. But yet, you are still right here, damaged. You need just go get some therapy.
In this society, I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
Shout out to the fact that this person shut off her stitching, duetting comments. She shut all of it off, which is 100% self-admitting. I said some dumb shit and I don't want to fucking hear people respond to it. I don't want to see no notifications of it, blah, blah, blah. Which to me is fucking cowardice. Because you said in the beginning of your shit, I'm going to say something controversial and I don't fucking care who fucking, hears it. Obviously you do. You turned off commenting. You turned off stitching. You turned off duetting. If that's not caring who's going to call you fucking stupid, I don't know what is. Because why else would you turn that shit off? Anyways, I just wanted to fucking comment how stupid it is to have this fucking thought process of, I don't want a son because I think on the off chance I'm gonna be such a fucking horrible mother that he's gonna turn out into be a monster. So it's like, you think you'll fuck up that bad to create a monster of a man who will hurt women. So what makes you think you're gonna do any better when it's a daughter? Because there's two fucking scenarios you obviously didn't fucking think of, which is, number one, the most obvious. If you think you're gonna fuck up so bad that you create a monster of a man who hurts people sexually and violently, obviously, if it was a daughter, you're still gonna do the same fucking shit. Because apparently in your mind, there is an off chance that you'll create a monster man. So why isn't there an off chance that you will create a monster of a woman? Second thing, right? It would be really fucked up of you to have this mindset of, I don't want a son because I think I'll raise a monster, and then have a daughter, and then have that daughter, you know, maybe think, maybe I don't want to be a woman. Maybe I want to be something in between, or maybe I want to transition and become a trans man. What are you going to do then? Fucking cry and scream to the heavens, be like, God damn it, no matter what I did, I got a fucking son. And do you think you're gonna create a monster of a trans man? Like, obviously you didn't think 5 steps beyond whatever fucking shallow pond of a brain you have. If you're gonna have this fucking attitude, don't have kids at all. Obviously, if you think you're gonna be this fucking horrible of a mother if you had a son, you're not gonna do any better when it comes to having a daughter. And matter of fact, while we're at it, please don't fucking adopt. Because adoption and orphans and whatever, people who are in that fucking system are already fucked in the head. Because the system is fucked. You're just gonna make them worse. I think that's it. Please shut the fuck up, never come back. And if you are gonna come back, don't be a bitch and fucking turn off your comments. That's coward shit.
Well, kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below. I would really love to hear from you. From her video, you can tell that she has never seen or experienced a good side of a man. It's so funny how negative she sounds that she does not want to hurt other women. But she is forgetting that there are good men out there. I also get her point. It's the duty of parents to raise good sons. It's not every man who contributes to women's suffering. There are women also who are monsters in this society. If this is your mindset, better don't have children at all, either daughters or sons. There is a point where nothing you can do to make a good person to prevent them from being corrupted by the society. Quite alright, it starts with parents, but there is time when one has to choose between good and bad. It will be interesting if she raises a daughter that is abusive to her partner. Anyway guys, I would really love to hear your comment as well. Kindly share in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. See you in the next video. Stay safe.